Hello, this is Patty Hago. We're here today to finish some lyrics, or not if I don't remember them. What are the rules for today? The first one is 80s rock, 2000 pop, somewhere you find your place, ... So that is where I add the lyrics. Okay, so this is from Made by Music, which came out on my album Dreamer in 2023. The song itself did come out on YouTube in 2022 already. Pavarotti BTS, For Everything There's Space. Yay. I was not 100% sure. It should not take me this long to finish those lyrics, but alas, it does. I remember that originally when I wrote these lyrics in 2020, I was not a BTS stan yet in 2020. I did not write it as Pavarotti BTS. I wrote it as something else. I just don't remember what it was. It was another artist. But then when I was actually producing this song, or started producing the song, I was like, well, I'm a BTS stan now, so I want to change it. And Pavarotti is something very, very, very different. You know, opera, contrasting with BTS K-pop. And I also mentioned the Rolling Stones in this. So we have a vast array of music that is beloved by very different people. I personally like BTS, Pavarotti, and Rolling Stones. That's why I mention all of them. I think music is a good place to create a very safe space where everyone is allowed to have their tastes, and that is a good thing. Dear World, Can't I Be Sherlock Holmes? This is from Eternally Dreamer. That was the first ever song I put out on YouTube, on my YouTube channel. The first ever song that I fully produced. That was in early 2022. Feels like an eternity ago, to be completely honest. And Dear World, Can't I Be Sherlock Holmes? With a Cape the City. With a cape the cities I roam. So, no, it's actually cities, I think. This was one where I was just like, the world is not doing great right now. Can't we please make it better? This is essentially what Eternally Dreamer is about. But there is a hopeful kind of thing to it, like a hopeful flavoring, but simultaneously there is also where you're feeling really down about it. It's just like, how the heck are we going to all get together and try to create a beautiful place on this earth again? Because it has so much potential. Humans can do such amazing things if they use their energy for good, but they don't always. Is this a train or hell? Oh, then we have two left outs. Inside Me It's Red Alarm. So this is from A Battle. How in the world do I have such a hard time remembering the names of my songs? I seem to be doing okay so far with the actual lyrics, but the names are actually... This is also from Dreamer. Is this a train or hell? People around me are so calm. Shake like a rattlesnake. Inside me it's red alarm. I do remember those lyrics very, very well. So yeah, it came out on my album Dreamer 2023. Was originally released in 2022 on YouTube. From what I can tell, this on my Spotify has been kind of a little bit of a sleeper song. Like, it has grown pretty well over the years. Well, it's only been on Spotify for like a little over a year. But it has grown really well on there, and it was never on my radar because it was never a single. But people really seem to identify with this song. I also think that this was a song that sounded substantially better concerning production and everything. Substantially better than how good I actually was back then at producing music, which is kind of ridiculous, but that's the life. Like, this is, back then, this was like a 9 out of 10 of what I could do back then, while the other songs were all probably somewhere between 5 and 7, but this one is actually really good. Like, Even nowadays when I listen to it, I don't have to cringe when I listen to the production of it, and that's a good thing. Number 4 is I Will Be There, ... cannot deny ... I hope you know ... This Is My Light. This was such a beloved song back when it came out. People still sometimes are like, oh, this was really a nice song. People actually really like listening to this song still, apparently. It is a cute love song. I don't do a lot of love songs. I have like 2. This one, My Light, and Key. And other than that, romantic love songs I don't actually have, as far as I remember. It's not like I have that many songs that I have like 20 out, but for some reason I still can't remember. I will be there through games and war. Cannot deny that it's been worth the fight. I hope you know you're my light. This also came out on my 2023 album Dreamer. Was also originally uploaded on YouTube in 2022. I still think this one is a really cute song. Would I necessarily produce a song like this today? Maybe not. But I still like it. This is for the girl who set her world on fire. ... The girl who carried the burden ... I know this is from Phoenix. This is to the girl who set her world on fire so others had some light. The girl who carried the burden so you could heal. Let those know more than you can carry. Still remember some of it. I think this was mostly right? Good. Don't trust me, ... Don't love me, ... Don't trust me, or I'll push you away. Don't love me, I'll never stay. This is I Run. Sometimes, seriously, I have such trouble remembering the song name, especially since this is the chorus of the song, but it doesn't have the title in it. Like a lot of my songs don't have that. Retrophobia, for example, doesn't mention the word retrophobia once in the entire song. I Run only has I Run in the outro. I Run came out in September 2023, so this was my first single post first album release. And this is a song I still really like. This is also a song that the audience seems to like quite a bit, that people request during my TikTok lives and stuff, because it is a cool song. This is honestly the first song after my album release where I feel like with my album release, I still had a long way to go with music production, definitely at that point. But with the songs I released in the fall of 2023, which are I Run, this one, and Retrophobia, which was released like 1.5, 2 months later, I think those two are already really, really good songs production-wise. I've still grown since then. Like, they were produced obviously a year ago, over a year ago now. But I feel like I've really grown since then. I Run is definitely a song that I'm proud of, and I think it's the first song that I was genuinely proud of. I know it's kind of sad to say that since I already produced like 10, 12 songs prior to that. I don't remember exactly. Like songs that I put out, of course, I've produced other stuff too. But yeah, this one I was really proud of. This feels like a milestone of sorts. Then number 7, lucky number 7, the number 7, Army Can Relate. And this is a song distantly related to BTS. Then March still haunts me. That March never got me. I love that bridge. The song is called March. It came out in April 2024. It was a single. It was the lead single from my EP Fighter. It's such a sad song, but this is the bridge of March, and this is already where it's built. So like the first 2 verse chorus combos are very sad. Very sad instrumentation too, very low energy, like just vibing, and roasting in the sadness or bathing in the sadness, however you want to call it. And at this point, there comes the big orchestration, the strings, all the instruments fully turned on, lots of backing vocals, power vocals, and the main vocals too, much more compared to the rest, which is kind of breathy and kind of lower energy. That is when I was actually also pretty proud of concerning how I built up this song. And I got quite a few comments after it was released that they were like, I was not expecting that build, that drama. Because they were expecting kind of a mellow song throughout. It's not mellow throughout. The last chorus is also a lot more dramatic, but it's not quite as dramatic as this bridge. Like, it kind of has to maintain the energy so it doesn't completely fall off, but it calms down a little bit again, and then we have a short outro which kind of calms down the energy a lot again, and then you can kind of see it as a cycle, because then you can pick up at the very beginning again. So yeah, I think this is a song that goes very full circle, and I really like that, because that is what mental health very often does. Okay, now we move on to number 8. No. The lyrics are literally just no ... no ... But it is from my song No, which is also from my EP Fighter, which came out in May of 2024, so just a few months ago. The 2 most listened to songs are the ones that I have music videos for, so March, which we talked about just before, and Hydra, which also had a music video and which I also tried to push a little more, even though it wasn't technically a single. Those 2 are the most listened to ones, but No is almost up there with them, and this did not have a music video. It was not pushed as a single or anything like that. But people listened to the EP and were like, actually, I really like this one. I understand, because I like it too. The story behind No is actually that it is about social media hatred. I've gotten my fair share of that. Yeah. It's a give and take, but there is so much nastiness going on social media these days. There are not really that many checks in place. And the most that usually happens for the average person, if they're nasty online, is the worst case scenario is that they get banned from the platform, and then they just create a new email address and sign up again and do the whole thing over and over and over. I'm not a huge fan of that, as you can probably tell. Okay, so the lyrics, I have to finish the lyrics still. This is the bridge. No, your barbs prick no more. No, 'cause I'm bulletproof now. The bulletproof might potentially be a BTS Army reference again, because we are bulletproof. But it's also, of course, the literal meaning, or near literal meaning of, I am so strong now that your barbs and your bullets and your attacks, they cannot hurt me anymore. It seems I actually didn't do that poorly. I expected to know less. Phoenix I need to look at again, I think, and maybe some of my older songs in general I might need to look at again. But generally speaking, I think I remember most of the lyrics fairly well of songs that I've published. Though not all of them. This was a good pick still, to be completely honest, because there could have been a few other songs from my first album that you could have picked, and then I would probably not have been able to complete them. So this is finishing the lyrics, and somehow I managed to do it. So these are my songs, and if you want to check them out, please head over to Spotify, Apple Music, YouTube Music, Deezer, wherever you consume your music. Or you can use my sounds on the likes of TikTok and Instagram too, of course. Thanks for sticking it out with me as I try to complete my lyrics. If you made it this far, did you know any of these songs? Could you have completed the lyrics faster than I did? I'm surprised. You picked really nice ones though. Could have been much worse, to be honest. If you picked, I know, like Snowball or Blood Rain maybe. I think those are probably the ones I'm worst at. But thank you for the interview. This was This was cool.